Twitter surprising analysts with a big earnings beat. Here's what this means for the company moving ahead, or what does it mean for the company moving ahead? Let's bring back our panel. We've got Gary Coltbaum with Coltbaum Capital Management and Fox News contributor. Also Kevin Kelly with Recon Capital Partners, and Christina Warren, senior tech correspondent at Mashable. Christina, let me begin with you. These numbers, the revenue surprising people. They say they can do better and need to execute better and simplify the service. Would you agree that's a problem for Twitter?
It definitely is. You know, Twitter's a great service if you use it. If you're actually part of the system, it's great, especially for getting news and being part of live events. But if you're just a casual user and you come across the service, it's hard to figure out what to do, who to follow, and where to get information. So they definitely could simplify the product, and I think that would do a lot to help their revenue game, too.
Gary, the company also saying that we saw a 53% rise in what they call ad engagements. That must be encouraging.
Whenever you can get some money off of ads when you're at a company like Twitter, that's good news. For me, though, I don't usually talk mergers and acquisitions and buyouts, but if there's any one company out there that has the potential to be bought, it's this one. I think they have enough people on there, and I think it'd be a great buy for some other companies out there. I don't think they're going to be around the next year. I think they're going to be swallowed up by somebody.
Kevin, just reading the report, too, apparently they have the product director, Todd Jackson, Christian Olslian. He's the VP of Product Management, also announcing they're quitting as these results are being released. The management turmoil and the lack of a CEO, how much does that hurt?
It definitely hurts because it's an overhang on the stock. People want direction. Hey, here's our next products. Here's where we're going, and give direction, right? I mean, that's the biggest thing. But getting back to the issue of user engagement, I mean, people are using these on their mobile devices. And if you go back to the women's soccer and the the World Championship games, I mean, people during commercials look at their phone and then they can engage. So that's where we think the product growth is going to go, where they're going to surround these moments. People can start watching on their phone during the commercials and get videos in, and that's where advertisers are going to want to put their money.
Christina, we've been talking about this Lightning project. How important is that? Is that a game changer? How important is it to Twitter?
I mean, it really depends on their execution. You know, for years now, under Dick and under Jack, and even under Jack before Dick came around, you know, Twitter has battled with this idea of how to gain new users and how to bring people into the platform. Lightning is supposed to do that. It's supposed to do, you know, what Kevin is saying, you know, putting, content around these live moments as they're happening. But it all depends on execution because, as I said, Twitter works really well if you know the system, but it's not a great platform if you're not already part of it.
Gary, what the social media, the big players in this arena, they managed to create this ecosystem. Has Twitter really done that, or is there a lot of room to grow?
Look, for me, I love it. I can put on all these news people that I want to follow and just get things sent to me. Great. But, I use the word clunky. They've got to get rid of the clunkiness when you're first starting out. If they don't do that, they're going to end up hitting a brick wall somewhere in time. It's got to be extremely easy to get through it. And right now, it's just not happening.
Kevin, finally to you, Twitter also licenses its data, which allows people to get in and look at past history and trends. Could that turn people off, and could that hurt the user base?
No, if anything, I think it'll help the user base because it'll drive and let them know what their engagement is like and what they should keep posting about and what their value and worth is to the Twitter ecosystem. Whether you're Dunkin' Donuts and you're posting up something and they want to know the analytics, that's really helpful. And I think that's what's really going to keep a bid underneath the stock because people do want this data and analytics, but that's a 2016 story, not a 2015 story.
Very good. Gary, Kevin, Christina, thank you all for joining us to talk about Twitter. We appreciate it.